Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Malifaux Through the Breach. And I realize I need to rearrange everyone. I got everyone cropped, but I didn't rearrange them.
You're also still in email.
Ah, yes, thank you. There we go. Alright. In the meantime, how about we have everyone introduce themselves? Let's see. Cole, you go ahead and go first.
Hello, everyone. I am Oka General in the chat. I'm playing Cole Viner, a wilderness guide and dabbler in the arcane.
Oh.
And resident shapeshifter.
Gideon.
Hello, I am Executive Werewolf in the chat, and I am playing Abel Gideon, our cutthroat.
Alright, Halvar.
Hey everyone, I will be Night Sun Axe in the chat, and I am playing Halvar Trigg, who is Mage Right, Gambler, and your local healer.
Alright, Corey.
Hello everyone, I am K Moxie in the chat, and I am playing Corey Boone, Sheriff and Pioneer.
And Lorelei.
Hi everyone, I'm Venkaliana in the chat, and I am not playing Lorelei.
Right, yes, Prudence.
I'm not playing Prudence either. I am playing Providence, the party's resident vampire and necromancer, and apparently headache for the GM.
Oh, that's gonna take some getting used to. And last
We're off to a great start.
This is great. Last but not least, and the newest addition to our crew, Mordred.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to the technology behind all of this. I'm Mordred. If you see me in chat, it would be as the Starless Ath. I am playing a knife and whip happy dominatrix.
Alrighty.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yes, indeed.
She's also a painter.
Also a painter. Alright, I think everyone is in their proper places now. Alright, so let's get into this. Marvin had pats, yes. The year is 1907, but the history is a little different than what we're used to. With the discovery of a parallel world, the face and society of Earth was forever changed. Through the breach between worlds, a mineral called soulstone was found. Stones that could make magics and feats from legend or reality. Spurred on by wealth and adventure, humans flocked through the portal and into a land of monsters and demons, of undead gods trapped in prisons of their own power, their tendrils reaching through the bars to corrupt any who wander close enough. Welcome to Malifaux. Here you will find what you desire. Granted, you may not live long enough to enjoy it. This stream is pretty different from the usual fare on this channel, as evidenced by the fact that I am not a green-haired anime girl. There will be harsh language, violence, and some adult themes, so viewer discretion is advised. Last time on Malifaux, our crew fended off an army of 300 people and zombies from the town of Calico. They were successful, However, they did lose Lorelei in the battle, who was taken up by a death marshal into his coffin and taken away. The town suffered minimal losses, and does need some rebuilding, but the crew has been helping to do that. Halvar also discovered that his brother had been through this place before, and that he had headed north. And so now, the crew must decide. Do they head back to Malifaux and chance getting caught by, the guild? Or do they head up north? Cole. I believe you were out wandering the bandit camp.
Yep. Cole gathered up all the supplies that were left at the bandit camp that they left abandoned. The few guns, the little bits of ammo, and the apparently massive supply of travel rations into one of their abandoned wagons that they left behind. And now he's bringing it back to town. However, he couldn't come back as a horse because he couldn't actually, harness himself to the wagon to haul it. So he took the form of a mauler, which is a bear-like creature with hardened ridges, and used that to pick up the crossbar and drag it into town.
I love.
So, yeah, anyone out on the streets will see this strange, horrible bear creature just wandering along, tugging a wagon behind him.
I feel like the poor people of Calico are just like, yup.
They cannot wait to be rid of us.
Exactly. They've just accepted the nonsense.
Maybe these new people will be so much better. They can't be worse.
Speaking of, as everyone has gathered back together to... Thank you so much for the follow, the wolf. Yeah, as you guys are, gathered back together to discuss where to go from here and how best to help out the town, one of the townsfolk comes up to you. And it's like, there's a couple of women that here looking for Lorelei.
Oh no.
There's this one is small, petite, very beautiful. The other one just as beautiful, considerably more terrifying.
Sounds like friends of Lorelei's. All right. So who wants to tell them?
Yeah, they're at the coach station.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go build things now.
It's a good idea. We'll take care of the two scary women.
Like, he wanders off kind of looking, like, frightened but also confused.
I need to
perpetual
go
state of
raise
being for the
now.
town.
I need to go raise a church now.
And then pray in it.
Right.
That won't save it.
So do you all just head over to the coach station?
Or did you just throw Halvar under the bus?
I was gonna say, I was like, Gideon will go, but it'll be like, hi, she's dead. Just
Exactly. Okay. So
Cole will go, but he'll shift back to human first.
I mean, it would be nice if there's other people. If I tell them, I can tell them very nicely as possible that somebody can tell them. But it would be very nice because any friends of Lorelei's are probably all capable and scary like she was.
I'm a friend of Lorelei's.
You were also capable and scary.
I think
Watched a cannonball fall on you. And you lived. Scary. Scary. And then shot a man from very far away with a shotgun.
I'm just gonna
Very scary.
Abel's just gonna like reach around Halvar and just put his hands over his mouth.
I'm good.
Slowly reach around. I think you should tell them, Mr. Boone.
Maybe that would be best.
So it does sound like we're all heading that way.
Let's go.
Abel will let Halvar go, but it's just like,
I'm good. That's good. That's all right.
he's just shaking his head at you because you're such a fucking liar.
So as you come upon the coach station, the two women get out of the coach. Why don't you go ahead and describe yourselves?
All right. Providence, because everyone in the party is actually familiar with Prudence, looks a little bit like her. A little bit. She's about 5'3", maybe 100 pounds, soaking wet, wearing armor. Black hair, very finely carved features, very pretty. And you can tell that Lorelei was involved in her dress sense because it's just black from head to toe. It's black boots, black corset, black riding pants, black lace gloves. Very, 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 very pale. Gideon specifically will recognize her because she is the spitting image of the cover of Lorelei's copy of Carmilla.
Gotcha.
Like down to the freckles in the same place. And she's got this kind of bubbly energy. She's very cheerful seeming, little smile. No teeth. Does not show her teeth when she smiles. And she kind of bounces out of the coach. And then she stands and waits for her friend.
Mordred, on the other hand, somewhat unfolds herself from the coach in a motion that one might more expect from someone who's a noble. She is a good head and a half. She's a mid 6 foot. She's much taller than small little Providence. and her clothes are almost a direct foil to hers. She's wearing cream leather pants that disappear into thigh-high cream leather boots. You almost can't tell where one stops and where one ends. She's wearing a gray shirt full of lace and frills, topped with a golden brown corset. She's wearing a oilskin duster. She has a canvas kit bag over one shoulder. At one hip is a crop, and at the other hip is a whip. She does not smile.
Is the party waiting when we get out of the coach?
So I believe so.
I think so.
Providence will kind of look around. Like, okay, I'm in this shit town in the middle of nowhere, now what? And see the clustered group of people who clearly do not belong. And remember what Lorelei has told her. And kind of tap Mordred on the shoulder. Has to reach up a bit. And point. I believe those would be Lorelei's, well, friends isn't quite the right word. Companions? Partners in crime? Anyway, the beef slab there with the crazy eyes, that's got to be Gideon. And the reedy looking little fella next to him with the features, and looks like he probably has more than the regulation 52 cards, that's going to be Halvar. Which means the fellow with the iron bar in his ass, that's Corey. And the other big guy who looks like he eats off the floor with his hands. Yeah, I don't know who he is. But these are definitely our people. There's just no Lorelei.
Corey will take off his hat and nod to the two women.
Providence will curtsy.
Mordred will incline her head a little.
1/4 of an inch.
That's
Gideon
So,
staring
if
at them.
these are her companions, where's she?
I would like to know that myself. Perhaps we should ask them. You know what? Why don't you let me ask them? You're a bit intense.
Thank you.
Cheerful little smile. So Providence will kind of lead the way over towards Corey and company. She also has a bag, but hers is smaller and much more haphazardly packed. It is bulging with just like books and random shit. You can see a record in there. There's like bits of clothing sticking out. She looks like a teenager who had to pack really quickly, because she is. And she'll kind of come up and go, look everybody up and down, like very, very pointedly up and down. And then
She gets a pointed look right back.
yeah, when she sees that, she'll be
Like the mirror image of her pointed look.
Mr. Gideon, I'm sorry, I almost didn't recognize you from Lorelei's Tales without your oar.
He cocks his head to the side because he's like, what the hell are you talking?
Oh, I'm sorry, board? Bat? Stick? Yes, fence post, that was it. She described it as a fence post with spikes in.
The player can actually pronounce it, so
McCattle.
Gideon, McCattle.
I don't know. I don't speak Greek.
Who the hell are you?
I'm a friend of Lorelei's.
That tracks.
And so you, she turns to Corey, you must be the inestimable Sheriff Boone.
Well, ma'am, I'm a bit between sheriff's jobs at the moment, but
Does he have the star that Lorelei gave him?
of course.
Your garb would imply differently there, dear.
Fair point.
I hate to sort of rush this along because I'd love to stand here and be polite at this coach station, but this lovely lady here and I are on rather urgent business looking for Lorelei. Oh God, where are my manners? Mordred, this will be Lorelei's crew. Corey, Gideon. She only ever introduced you as Mr. Trigg. And this unknown fella in the back. This is Mordred, a performer at the Star Theater.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
She does not sound pleased. So, can you tell me where she is?
Well, I'm afraid we're going to be searching her for ourselves. She was unfortunately taken during the attack of Calico.
How do you take Lorelei?
Well, there was a lot of gunfire involved and a call.
That is usually the end result for gunfire, but
more death martial coffin.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This does not bode well for the girls.
I'm aware of that. Oh, and we have a problem. Just turn to Corey. Mr. Boone, you were familiar with her affairs. You remember the house of ill repute where she used to live?
Yes.
It's been burned down. Attacked. 7 girls dead. Another 8 taken. Most likely by the guild. The other 9 and Anna herself with Miss Alton. The other Miss Alton. The s1Ses7 Miss Alton. But that's 15 dead or missing.
By the gods.
That is problematic.
What was the reason for the attack?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
We were hoping Lorelei could tell us, to be honest.
Mordred has a connection to the Bower and was the one who brought me the news.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Now, I know we took a job just before we left that was a bit high profile. I suppose it might have been connected to that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that job.
I suppose you would be.
Whatever you're thinking is probably correct.
Fair enough. As I said, finding Lorelei is of urgent importance to me and well, but that may take some time if there's anything we can do to help in the meantime.
Like I said, Mr. Boone, I was just a messenger. I knew where Lorelei was going. I told Mordred I would bring her to Lorelei. So, technically speaking, I have not fulfilled that yet, but I don't know what.
She's likely on her way back toward Malifaux, actually. And that's if we did not know if she was living or not.
With the death marshal, it's not likely to matter.
Mm-hmm.
And technically speaking, living is not the end, not here.
And I think that's what I'm mostly worried about.
Yeah, that's going around.
As well one should. So, Lorelei is not here, but needs to be rescued. And by all rights, we probably crossed paths with her.
There was that death marshal in the town yesterday, headed the other direction, with the coffin. We were 6 feet away from him, didn't even know.
Mordred says something very vile in a language only one of you might understand.
If you're using
If it's
the
you're using
archaic version, then if you're using the archaic version, even Gideon doesn't speak it.
Yeah.
If you're using the Vulgate,
if you're using the regular version of Neverborn, Gideon is also cursing in it.
yeah, Providence just uncorks a stream of angry Italian.
It's very frustrating, and this was only yesterday. Did you say? Or just the last town? Just the last town.
Yeah, the last town was yesterday.
What town?
Some Spitterland contract town. Doesn't have the dignity of a name. It's got a number. You could probably find it on the MNSU rolls. But it's on the road direct back to Malifaux City. So if she's in the hands of a death marshal's headed back to Malifaux. You know where she's going. She's going to the halls of justice.
If he makes it into Malifaux, then do we really stand a chance in getting her?
With him setting off every guild station between here and there, do you think we can actually catch him? One man riding alone, he's got the support of every single organization between here and there. Doesn't he?
That's how it works.
We might be able to catch him without going through towns or roads.
This is even assuming that he's going to go along roads the whole time. I mean, that town's a straight line between here and there, but after that, he may go over land. Shit, he may teleport. There's plenty of ways back to the city that don't require walking. You're looking for one man on a 400-mile stretch of road. Traps the whole way. I don't like it either. She was my friend, but she's not going to want us to commit suicide. That's what that is. Mordred, this is your party. You're the one with the urgency about finding her. What do you think?
girls from the Bower are safe enough for now. I did not realize that I would be needing to tear the guild down around its ears to keep people that matter to me safe. That requires a little bit more preparation, I believe. And as much as I would love to just
Kill
flay
everybody.
someone alive, I am one
There it was.
person. And I would not ask anyone else to do that. And it also would not help anyone to throw myself into the jaws of death.
Oh, it's not so bad.
Yeah, well, I don't think I have your resources.
Fair point.
As you guys are talking,
Oh, shit.
the door of the coach opens. Now,
The coach that we arrived at.
yes,
The coach that had no one else in it. Cool.
This is fine.
and out steps a woman in a bandana. And
What's
she,
bandana made out of?
it's just a regular bandana. It's just around her head.
I had to check.
You would recognize her, though, because as she steps out of the coach, she wanders over to a table that had not been there before, with a deck of cards.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Well, there's only one new person here.
Gideon's just gonna turn to Halvar and be like, "Hold me back, or I swear to God, I'm gonna try to kill him."
Fine.
Actually,
Fine,
there's
she's
two.
not done anything to us.
Paul's had nothing but pleasant
Not
interactions
that I
with this
think I
lady, so
could
he'll just win.
succeed, but I'm gonna try.
She'll wave back to Cole, as well as at everyone else.
Providence just looks kind of flabbergasted. Like she looks at Mordred, looks at the coach, looks at the woman, looks back to Mordred.
I already see her.
Well, she's likely here for you two, so.
No, you're not hallucinating.
No.
Mordred looks like she's about one step away from drawing her crop, which is a very odd
Just-
choice of weapon, one might think.
Oh, look, she just wants to read your fate. Like, it's fine. It's
Oh,
good
yes,
fun.
that's
It's not
normal
wrong.
and fine.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not
I
sure
doubt
about-
she's not going to leave you alone until you do it.
I'm not sure about fine, but yeah, I don't think she's.
I'm pretty sure if you just ignore her and you carry on your way, she will appear there too.
That's a pretty accurate assessment, Halvar.
She'll just follow you and follow you and follow you.
But yes, come.
Making cryptic remarks.
Come get your fortunes read.
Mordred
harmless.
looks at Providence, sort of in a,
It's awful. You'll love it.
do you want me to go first? What the hell? This is honestly the most emotion you may have seen her show the entire trip, to be honest.
Except for the one time. No. If it explodes, I'm in a better position to survive it. Fine. Yes. Nice fortune teller lady with the cards. This never goes wrong. No. Magical operations and I have gotten along so well in the last 2 months. And she'll kind of saunter over. Come up to the table. Fine. Read my fortune. What does it say? She's clearly just, over this.
At least she wasn't a statue this time.
I'm sorry, a what?
Don't worry about it. Just
No, I think I'm going to worry about it. Fine. Yes, dear lady. Read your fortune. Tell me how my life is going to go.
Halvar is slightly intrigued by this whole fate thing, so he's definitely like trying to like politely give a distance, but also like intrigued.
Are you trying to inch closer?
It's just like
I'm gonna grab you by the back of your outfit.
just the collar.
No.
So yes.
She's already told my fate.
So she lays out the first 3 cards.
Do they glow?
They do. They glow a very strange color. Something that isn't quite a color. It's somewhere in between purple and green.
As I just call it magenta.
I don't
Magenta's
love
an
it.
unreal color anyway.
Octarine.
Octarine.
That's what I was gonna say.
Ah, yes. What a fascinating life you've led. Well, your recent unlife, anyway.
Hey.
Although it
Not
appears
polite.
that your previous events were not quite as interesting. A fairly simple life.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Ah, but you have much ahead of you, don't you? And she pulls the rest of the spread. As you stand at the crossroads of truth and sorrow, the blood of innocence drips from your wrist, but the prison's bars are forged from guilt. It begins with a stolen kiss, and you will fall silent at the crossroads. A fascinating future indeed.
I don't like that.
Well, let's see if I like mine any better.
No one likes her fortunes, but she doesn't care.
So Mordred steps up very precisely next to Providence and says, "All right. Why not tell me what my future holds?"
She replaces the cards and shuffles the deck, and pulls out the first 3. And they glow a faint purple.
Hey, how come you got purple?
I don't know. Ask her.
How come she got purple and I got whatever the hell that was? I want purple. I like purple.
It was a little purple if you squinted.
She just pouts.
Yes.
She's adorable.
The cards tell of the people that they read.
So Mordred's purple.
Yes.
That's normal.
She pulls the first 3 cards. Ah, now your life. Your life has been very interesting. In a manner of speaking. Quite the tone.
Providence steps back to avoid the blood spatter that she knows is coming.
You have endured much. Let us see what your future holds. She pulls the rest of the spread. Reality's cracks widen at your pressing, like a flower with razor-edged petals, preparing you for the duel you know is to come. The most precious is broken beyond repair, and the joy of madness shall claim you. My.
You take that back.
Your fortune sucks. At least I got a kiss.
All her fortunes are terrible, but she doesn't care.
Do you even remember yours?
What did he say?
Do you even remember yours?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So much for it being poppycock.
Rude.
I only read what the cards tell, Miss Darling.
That's what they all say.
All right. Then I'll make sure they don't come to pass. Thank you for your information.
That is your prerogative. That is, in fact, all of your prerogatives.
Miss,
To make it not come true?
do you have a name?
I do.
May we have it? Thanks, Veronica. How would you describe your job?
Cleverly. Not at this particular time. You are not quite ready for it yet.
Ready do you gotta be to get a name?
Mr. Boone,
Yes.
you ever read the Bible?
Yes.
Remember what happened when people who weren't ready got names in the Bible? With the fire and the salt and the explosions and the frogs' blood.
How is that different from any other day?
It's only Tuesday.
She turns to the fortune teller.
Nah, bro.
He's got a point.
You will get my name by and by.
I don't like her.
No one does, but she doesn't care.
I like her.
Except Halvar, who's very interested in what she has to say.
It's very cool, okay?
Halvar, I really thought you had a better sense of self-preservation.
I do. Interest does not mean I do not whatever.
Are you sure? Because Malifaux says you're wrong. Curiosity kills all manner of things here. Like, well, me.
No, I think I've just been lucky.
With me. I tried very hard.
Cole's gonna watch the fortune teller putting her cards away, and when she's getting ready to leave, Cole's gonna look at her. Bye, and bye.
Goodbye, Mr. Veneer.
Yes, please leave now.
Where does she go every time she leaves?
Who cares?
It's probably best not to ask these kinds of questions. The answers will only disturb us.
I think one time she went back to being a statue, didn't she?
Again, the statue.
In a church.
I think that was more of an overlay kind of situation.
In a church.
In a church,
Church.
yes.
An angel statue in a church, I think.
Providence looks kind of concerned because she knows which statue you're talking about. But does not say that. Just
It's fascinating. I can only think it's magic.
no. What gave it
Well-
away? Was it the glowing? The future? The fact that she came out of a coach
It's
that only had two
the-
people in it?
It's the kind of magic.
Is she
Okay.
gone? Can she go away now?
Yes, she's gone.
Back in the coach.
In a moment where none of you were like looking at her, she and her table are gone.
Corey checks the coach.
There's no one in it.
I can just see Corey like very slowly approaching it and then like whipping the door open.
And Kramering his way into the coach.
Well, didn't expect that to work.
Well,
It would have been
wonderful.
nice if it did though.
Now we know what the future holds. I take it she's done this to all of you, too.
Oh yes.
Lorelei too, for that matter.
Oh, good. We're part of the family.
And, you know, whenever something she said was going to happen, she comes back around to rub your face in it.
It's worked out kind of okay for you. It's been positive so far, I think.
Has it?
Lorelei's
Not
dead.
Lorelei. Well, not. I know. I didn't. I'm talking to Corey. So.
Well, excuse the shit out of me, Mr. Trigg. I'm sorry that you saying it's worked out well doesn't jive with the fact that my friend is
I was
dead.
literally just talking to Corey. Like, I did not mean to put an accent that is just me defining as player. I was merely talking to Corey about Corey's fortune, not everybody's fortune so far.
Ah.
Well, I mean, the job that I took that fulfilled my fate did kill my friend. So, there's that.
I mean, he said it's not been kind to Lorelei. But I mean, it can be positive or it can be negative.
Please do tell me how the fortune she gave me could be positive.
Have not figured that out yet, just like I have not figured out my own.
At least that first part sounded like you get to do something cool. And the madness sucks.
Halvar's
No, I
optimist.
get to do
I
something
don't
that I
understand
don't want to
why,
do.
but he is.
But also fate and destiny are all entwined with positive and negative. So either or both.
Hey, I get to free something eventually. Maybe it'll be Lorelei. I'll try for the positive spin.
So now that you've joined in our collective doom, welcome.
Thank you. So what
All of us
now?
all of us want to kill her, and we promise that you can have a piece.
Oh, I'm perfectly happy to wait and let you do it.
Who says I want to kill anyone?
There it is. She'll peel her. I can wait. Death is not an escape from me.
Can I watch?
If you can afford it.
He would look so confused at that. Like, what?
Oh God.
So none of us can go back to Malifaux City. Because just by coming here, Mordred and I have identified ourselves. Lorelei's not here. We can't catch her. So now what?
Does anybody know what's north of here?
Fortune's
Death
Falls.
and sadness.
Ain't that all Malifaux?
Some
Fortune.
places are worse than others.
And this would be one of the worse than other places. Excellent.
Why would anybody want to go there then?
Did they have a choice?
That I do not ken. All I know is my brother went that way.
Well, there's either working at Fortune's Falls for the MNSU, or there's further north in the wilds of the mountains.
Where the
It's
cult December lies. Or the Gigants.
Then it wouldn't be by choice if it's that far north.
Oh, nonsense. December has many cultists. There's always idiots looking for power.
Because Gideon is a tactless asshole, would turn to Halvar and go, "Is your brother an idiot?"
Yeah, I did not ken. Actually, it's been 20 years. He could have fallen off a wagon a few too many times. Who knows?
Everyone is an idiot at least once in their life.
Oh, true.
Yes, but it takes a particular kind of idiot to pledge themselves to December.
Then I did not expect anyone here to really be interested in all of that, other than it keeps us away from anything guild related for a while.
We have to go back eventually.
Oh, I know.
You've been looking for him, though, your brother.
I on and off very poorly. Lots of misfortune. I did not expect to come to Calico and hear he had been through, but no one really knows, except I do know that it has to be him. There's not many around who sound like me, and the name is the name is right. I know we have to go back to Malifaux, and if my brother has lived 20 odd years and has been in Malifaux for the last pretty much since the breach even opened, he could potentially survive longer on his own if we decided to go back to Malifaux.
But this is the first lead you've had in 20 years.
Potentially the first real one, yeah.
Well, then that's not something that should just be dismissed.
Not to rain on anyone's fucking parade, but that lead appears to go to a tyrant cult. Just might as well address the elephant in the room.
Oh, I know.
Also, should we continue this conversation perhaps not in the middle of the street?
Oh, these people have all seen some shit. They don't care.
We can go to the inn. I'm sure travel is long and we would like to maybe sit in something that does not rock and drink and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that one just brought in a carriage is a bear, so I think.
Excuse me?
I call you rotten quite a bit.
These people have seen it all by now.
I'm sorry, I'm still back on a bear.
It wasn't bear. Was it?
Muller.
Or would you like to show the nice ladies what it is you can do?
Oh, that's a very bad idea. Nobody wants to get into a dick measuring contest with Mordred.
Is it possible that Mordred would have an idea of what he is, just sort of by what they're talking about?
I think she'd be wrong. With Cole, because Cole is in fact baseline human.
I don't need to show anyone. I can use magic to change my shape.
Are you a mimic?
Gideon was just hoping you'd turn into a bear in the middle of the street.
No, Mordred, darling. That's Gideon. Yeah, with the crazy eyes. Mimic. Not, I guess. I'm sorry, sir. Lorelei told me about the rest of these people, but not so much you.
It's probably because she didn't meet me until just before they left the city.
Oh, you're the one who hired her.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I understand. I apologize, sir. But no, the mimic is the big fella with the tact.
You know, I'm human, but I've studied and listened to Malifaux for many years, and it's taught me a few secrets.
Like how to swallow a man whole as a snake. But the end may be more comfortable.
Who the hell are you people?
I suppose
Providence.
introductions would be good.
Have you looked in a mirror recently?
She still hasn't shown her teeth. Yes.
Kettle, black, little one.
But for introductions,
pointed ears.
My name is Cole.
A pleasure, sir. Well, lead on. We don't know where the hell the inn is.
Cole will just make his way to the end after he makes sure his wagon's secure.
There's just one street, so things ain't hard to find here.
This way. Auburn will walk off. Cool.
Providence has never been outside of Malifaux City. She does not understand how one-horse towns work.
This is a downgrade, and then a downgrade some more.
So Cole will walk the 3 buildings down to the inn. Turn. Here's the inn.
It's a small town, Providence.
Here's the inn, there's the general store, there's
Yeah, since Mordred actually called her Providence, anyone who Lorelei has told about the ghost now knows who she is.
I can't remember if she told me about the ghost.
She told you about the ghost.
Oh.
It's you.
It's me. Who's me?
This is the ghost
You're the ghost.
that pulled Lorelei out. of
No.
the thing? No,
Yes.
wrong ghost.
Oh.
Yes.
No, that's me.
Yeah. Oh, good.
You just has a new outfit, it's all.
I got a favor from Miss Alton.
Yeah.
I traded a book.
I take it you traded Nathaniel's book?
Yes, the Necronomicon.
You know what? Let's just get it.
Gideon just
started.
takes like a deep breath through his nose and it just makes the Jim face where it's like, okay.
Sorry, was that significant?
It's fine. Fine. I'm sure. Fine.
I mean, I wrote some of the more relevant passages down, if that helps. And she like pulls the collar of her shirt aside. She's got this black metal band that's covered in writing around her neck.
Corey goes into the inn and orders a drink.
Which? Oh, I'm gonna follow him. Have them leave the bottle.
That's her grimoire then, huh?
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah. It's so fucking cool. Okay. Sorry. And it's with me as player and Halvar just, oh my god. So.
Cole will actually hold the door for the ladies to go in.
Just wait until you find out what Mordred's grimoire is.
Providence will kind of curtsy again to Cole and go inside.
I guess I'm pulling up the rear.
Wasn't that on the way?
You could do it again if you want.
Maybe not in front of the new party members. How quaint. People live here? On purpose?
Do you mean the inn or the town?
Yes.
Well, miss, there's some people that just like the small town life. Bartender.
Really?
You already miss the city, don't you?
I mean, I've not really experienced it. I live in a crypt. I sleep in a coffin. Like an actual coffin. My coffin, in fact.
So you miss your coffin?
No, I think I miss noise, shadows, victims. Like, I'd probably be fine in a forest, but this is, my God, this is just death, only slower. And I would know. Are Corey and Gideon sitting at the bar or at a table?
Corey would have gotten a table with booze.
All the booze.
He hands a glass to Gideon.
Providence will go perch on a chair. Her feet probably do not reach the ground.
That's adorable. Like me as a player is like, oh my God, she's precious. Gideon's like, what are you?
She will smile very brightly at Gideon, and she's got like the inch-long canines.
Mordred sits next to Providence, but she doesn't look quite so perky about it. She just sort of, sits.
Come on, Mordred. It's an adventure.
I didn't know I was signing up for this much of an adventure. Let's put it that way.
Yes, I know. But honestly, your sister's probably safer than we are.
Thanks.
Everyone's safer than we are.
I would have
There's that.
packed differently if I knew it was going to be this much of an adventure.
Well, there's always the general store if you need to pick up anything.
You know, I don't think that's going to help.
Rather specialized tools. I apologize, but thank you for letting me know that.
Oh, if it's tools that you need, we got a blacksmith here.
Oh, Corey.
You can see them both from here.
I will keep that
Through
in
that
mind.
window.
Abel can't contribute because he has no idea of the subtext of this conversation either.
Mordred's sitting here going, is it polite to purchase thumb screws from a local blacksmith or not?
Okay, apparently I had no idea of the context either.
I mean, yes, I wasn't going to mention those sorts of tools either because I'm trying to
I
Not-
really,
go.
I would love to see the local blacksmith's face at being requested to make thumb screws. He'd be like, I don't even know what those are.
Mordred could quite handily sketch out a diagram for him. She's very talented at art. So it wouldn't be difficult. She could diagram it, but yeah.
This is where Corey hangs out mostly with his horse.
See, I'm just picturing the guild showing up trying to figure out what the hell happened after the party leaves and going to the blacksmith and, you know, normal small town blacksmith, horseshoes and shit. And then over in the corner, there's just a bunch of like drafting papers, just thumb screws and an Iron Maiden and explosives and shit. And just the guild guy going, and then burning the whole town to the ground because clearly they're all insane.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
So what are you two drinking? Is it
Whiskey.
okay?
They call it whiskey. It's not whiskey.
Blessed sump degreaser.
You sure? I thought it rather tasted like whiskey.
I don't think Gideon's ever tried any of Corey's flask, but he has noticed that Corey's standard for alcohol is pretty low.
Mordred will try the whiskey and then go, if that's whiskey, I don't think I've ever had whiskey before.
Like I said, they call it whiskey, but
Oh no, I got a friend that has provided me booze for some time, and this is definitely along the lines of whiskey, or at least what I've received.
it's trying really hard.
I can only imagine Halvar, who likes a sweet tooth, only has took a smell of it and gone, no thank you.
I gave Prudence my flask, otherwise I'd offer it to Mordred.
See, Gideon's used to drinking top shelf whiskey at the Southern Comfort because that's all that they serve. And so he's like, this is. Oh.
Once everyone has
But
drinks,
then again, he's had prison hooch, so you know, like this is above that.
once everyone has drinks, Providence will just like take a coaster and set it on top of the bottle, and just in case it tries to crawl out. And then she looks really pleased with herself.
So what will the party do next? Are you headed north to try and find Halvar's brother? Headed back to Malifaux City?
Do we want to die in the mountains or on the road?
Well, I for one am all for Malifaux City, but I fully acknowledge that I may not be thinking as clearly as I should on the matter.
How far north pursuing Halvar's brother is going to take us?
I mean, hold on. Did my note says did you say something about an airship? An airship to the north. Okay, that's in particular a detail that Halvar needs to share. Okay. I had to find my notes. I'm like, where are my notes? So okay. Well, I cannot give you a good reason for helping me find my brother, and I know that Lorelei is. We know where she's going. We don't know where my brother is going. All I was told was an airship to the north. That's it.
Hannah, can I get a wilderness flip on where an airship would land in the north?
Thank you.
I was gonna ask the same thing. Like, huh?
Absolutely.
I'm AV4.
Before 5 of masks. For 9.
May I also have a flip?
I just so y'all know, I would like to put out my new talent of putting out a card in front of everybody to take. Well, why can't I do the thing for anybody to take if they discard one of their cards if they need a higher flip? So that's a 7 of tomes.
All right. What is your AV, Gideon?
It's a 4, but I will go ahead and cheat in an 8.
Okay.
I was just waiting to hear what the TN was and whether or not I wanted to cheat, but sounds like we'll have it.
Yeah, no, you both got it pretty well. So there's actually 3 options of where he could have gone. It could be Fortune Falls. It could be the Grove. Or it could be the Temple of December.
There's airships that go straight to the temple? That's awkward.
Didn't say it was a passenger airship, just that it was an airship.
One
It's
of
an
these
Uber
things
Eats
is
ship.
not like the other.
It's a DoorDash ship.
Just because they're cannibals doesn't mean they're automatically delivering, people for food. How the hell else do you get out of those mountains? An airship's probably the most efficient way.
But Cole will relay the information.
You said the second one is the Grove? What is this is player asking, what is the Grove?
It is a small town in the ice forests in the Ten Peaks that is weirdly prosperous because for some reason the trees, despite being frozen, bear fruit. And it is spared the worst excesses of weather. The December cultists don't bother it. There's not a whole lot of predators. And if ever anyone asks why, anyone in the town just says the trees take our complaints and doesn't tell them anything else.
Well, shit.
So, it's an episode of Supernatural waiting to happen.
Are we sure that it's less dangerous to go north looking for his brother than to go to Malifaux City?
I did not say that at all. And I know Lorelei means very much.
No, both paths are dangerous. We're just not entirely sure where Halvar's brother went.
Providence makes a very good point. Those who are hurt will continue to be hurt. Those who are dead will continue to be dead, or worse. The ones who are still alive are safe. I would do anything for my family. So I will not stand between someone who has a chance at recovering their family. If going north is what needs to be done so that we can better go south with a clear mind and all of that, then that is what needs to be done.
Providence just looks flabbergasted at the display of, something approaching humanity.
Thank you, Mordred.
And the other thing to think about as well, the north is dangerous and deadly. It's not specifically looking for us, whereas any danger in the south will specifically be looking for us.
Above the table, out of character, the Temple of December is loosely affiliated with the Arcanists, right?
I believe so.
Sorry, Cole, you're muted.
Yes, they are. Rasputina is an Arcanist.
Oh, okay. For Mordred, who is still getting used to this system, because you are a member of the Star Theater, you are in fact also an Arcanist. So you could actually roll up to the Temple of December, and they would let you in.
So if it comes to be that your brother is in the temple, we have a way in and a way out.
We do?
Yes, you do.
Don't you just love the way she explains when you ask her questions?
Yeah. Okay. That is Halvar just accepting probably not a discussion for out here in public. All right, that's interesting to know, but like I said, maybe it's one of the three. I don't know. There's no way for me to tell which of the three he might go.
Well, which of the three is closest?
That would be Fortune Falls, I believe.
Conversely, also the one you don't need to take an airship to.
Well, I will concede that it's probably smarter to go north than south at this point. So,
If the guild comes looking and then they say something, oh, that people went north, then maybe they leave us alone for a little while longer.
maybe so. But perhaps what we could do is stop by Fortune Falls first, since it's the closest, and see if we can find any more leads.
Because that's going to be a place that has an airship in it in the first place.
And they might have seen the airship in particular that brother's on. Or he might be there. You never know.
Out of character, how recently did your brother pass through?
Was it like a week ago?
Ah, yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah.
It's a very recent, yeah. So That's okay. Halvar should have said that. I should have said that in character anyway. So.
If you will excuse me for just a moment, I have something I need to take care of. And Cole will get up, head out of the inn.
Okay.
I think that's actually a good place to break. So we will take a 10-minute break, everyone. So go ahead and get up and stretch, get some water, maybe a snack, and we shall return in about 10 minutes.
My dear, anything is a weapon if you're angry enough.
I suppose that's true.
I've pulled my fair share of many things out of newly created orifices on people. You would be surprised at what can be shanked into a human body. But doorstops, bottles, a sharpened apple. It's been a one hell of. You learn some things.
Sharpened apple, really?
Oh yeah, you freeze it, then you can shave it down.
Oh no, that tracks. That makes sense.
Gideon has both of those things.
2 bows and a stick.
Flung
with
on his
rocks in.
back. It's not rocks, it's thorns, but.
The man looks like a Discworld refugee.
So, he gets up there and he has this ring of, his giant ring of keys. He's going through it. It goes through it. He finds the
Seeing how
key.
long this takes, I'm just gonna light the pipe and just roll my eyes, tut Britishly. Mutter, unbelievable, under my breath.
I'm gonna roll a cigarette while we're waiting as well. Because, god damn old people.
I wish I had, drama dice or, pips or something to give out, because that was...
Lick the wall. Really cement your reputation.
I will eventually lick a wall.
Assert dominance.
The snozberries taste like snozberries! He's not moving unless you grab him.
He'll grab your sleeve. he'll slowly unless you smack him away, grab your sleeve. Let's go.
Hey now,
Just one thing.
Hey now,
Just
easy
one.
on the coat. This doesn't belong to me. Sir, I have a question.
Yes?
Now please don't think I am impertinent, but you say you do this every day. Am I to take your meaning to be that you open up the safety deposit boxes of dead people every day?
Oh, no. It's just, getting into the safety deposit boxes and such.
Just
it does happen every now and then.
Just
This is
wanted to
Malifaux.
clarify.
I love it.
That's alright. That's
I
alright.
just wanted to know if it was just oh no, people come in all the time and are be like, yeah, Leroy over there, he's dead. Can I get into his shit?
I love the idea that this little old man is secretly just having all of his customers whacked on the side.
And he just opens the safety deposit boxes.
I have the scrutiny
He's
skills,
unconscious.
but I really suck at being conscious right now.
I see. And if I wish to engage in your services in the future, where might I find you?
I will find you.
That is deeply unsettling. And Mike would get up. I'm not drunk enough for this. And would go off to the bar.
I told you it would be fun.
You and I have very different definitions of what fun is.
One of its legs is puncturing through his chest. He is very dead.
I would surely hope so at that point.
This would be where Lorelei takes off her pants.
Is there a signature?
We'll climb down off the roof.
There is only a letter. The letter is N.
M or N?
November.
Suspicious!
Wait, what was the postmaster's name? I knew he seemed too frail.
It all leads back to the Crypt Keeper.
Yes.
The whole time. What did you guys do today? Well, we killed the postmaster so we could steal safety deposit.
I spent 10 minutes trying to find
No,
loopholes
we've
for Hippocratic
fallen.
Oath, but other than that, it's been an interesting day.
Oh my god.
What we don't realize is none of those keys are labeled. He's the only one who knows.
They're not labeled either, no. He just has them memorized.
She fires the first shot, and it throws its bolt of lightning behind the bullet. And when it hits the spider construct, all of its great bloody mechanical legs lock up, and its tail goes up, and the blade is spinning out of control. Lorelei takes a half a second, looks from its beady red eyes to the big spinning blade, back to its beady red eyes, and then raises her aim point about 9 feet and shoots the Jesus nut off the side of the saw blade. Drops the saw blade through its torso.
Sort of one of the most metal executions I've ever heard of.
Corey probably would have rushed to the doctor's side to try to, I don't know, staunch the bleeding or something.
Push my brain back in.
Yeah, I do not have a doctor's skill, so but I
Just like stomping it in with your foot. Get back! That's meant to be inside.
yeah, that'll help, right?
Welcome back, everyone. For those who have just recently joined us, I am Hannah, your Fate Master for the evening. And let us go ahead and introduce the rest of the crew. Mordred, why don't you go first?
Sorry, technology. It's tripping me up. Still. I'm Mordred. You'll see me posting in chat as the s1Ses7. And I am everyone's resident tall dommy mommy.
I hate you. Lady Dimitrescu, is that you?
You saved me from saying it. I was about to go live.
Gideon, you go next.
I am the party's other tall, although I am not a dominatrix. I am Abel Gideon. I am executive werewolf in the chat, and I am our resident mimic / cutthroat.
Halvar.
Hello, everyone. I am s1Ses7 in the chat. I am playing Halvar Trig, who is Mage Right and the healer of the party.
Let's see if I can get this right this time. Providence.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nivek Liana in the chat. I am playing Providence, the vampire necromancer, and apparently Mordred's little.
With the crazy eyes. Cole.
Hello, I am Ochre Gentle in the chat. I am playing Cole Viner, resident wilderness guide, shapeshifter, and dabbler in the arcade.
And Corey.
Hello, everyone. I am K Moxie in the chat, and I am playing Corey Boone, sheriff and maker of mistakes.
Are we all?
I mean, we're in this group, so.
That's our fearless leader.
So yes, it appears that the decision has been made to track down Halvar's brother, and that the first move would be go to Fortune's Falls. I can English, I swear. So I take it you guys will be spending like at least a day, sleep tonight, spend a day getting ready and everything.
Yeah, probably need to get supplies and possibly, make sure everything's all set with the town. I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot of, yeah, you're great. We're good. Thanks for all the help. Goodbye.
Take the scary tall lady with you, too.
Big woman still here?
I wanted to check out the general store. I wanted to see if, instead of my share of the script, if I could get cold weather gear for the party.
Good move. Yeah, alright. Absolutely.
Does he tell people that he's going to go do that?
This is what he was doing when he got up to slip out.
Okay, then I won't stop you. You will be wasting money on cold weather gear for me.
You didn't know that.
Sure. Corey's going to make sure that Junebug's shoes are in order and maybe get a horse bucket.
Alright.
Gideon is sticking with Halvar and asking him if he's okay with this, okay with the party pursuing his brother, and whether it was what he wants or whether it's something that he wanted to do by himself, because it's obviously very personal.
No, a group would be good. I think we discussed this just a little bit. You were all a little more martially capable than I am, in case it turns out bad.
But hopefully it won't.
If this was all in Malifaux, I would probably go myself. But since I do not know where this goes, do not know who I'm going to meet, having acquaintances and friends is good, Mokrad.
That's fair. I just don't want you to feel overwhelmed.
I am a little bit, just because I do not think I thought that anyone would want to.
You haven't seen him in 20 years. Do you think he'll run from you?
I do not know. I would hope not. He wrote a letter to me several years ago about when he was coming to Malifaux, so I'm hoping he does not, because it seems strange to go.
Do you get along with your brother? Abel's like, I didn't even know you had one.
You're right. I mean, the last time I saw him, I was a kid. I was young. I mean, I have fond memories of my brother.
Out of character, you say you were a kid, like Abel knows what that means.
Right. So
His basis for comparison is like,
You were a small goat?
you're smaller. Yeah, you're a small goat.
I was smaller. I mean, 20 years ago, I was 7. I was a child. And I know...
Abel obviously knows what children are, but like,
Mhm.
you know.
I'm just talking in circles, as he does. But like I said, he left. He's much older than me. He's 10 years older than me. My parents did not treat him well. And then he left when I was a child. So I'm hoping, because he sent the letter, that there's some room in his heart to reconnect. She said optimist. That's what I'm
Yes.
looking for.
I don't understand that, but I hope it works out for you.
Thank you.
So yeah.
And having family or being close to them.
What was that?
He says, I don't understand having family or being close to them.
Oh, he said that. Well, I know I had a relationship with my brother when I was a child. My parents, they're back in Malifaux. Not great. I'm here. They're in Malifaux. If I go back now with the guild potentially looking for me, they'll just like, here he is. So some things I have more found family, you could say.
Do you think if your brother learns that you still have contact with your parents, it will cause a rift between the two of you?
Maybe it does. Maybe it does not. I do not know. I just have to talk to him and see.
All right. So Cole, you definitely find and can obtain some pretty good cold weather wear. Since this is a place where a lot of people stop to head up further north, and it also gets cold here in the winter.
Great. He'll get one for everybody. He should be able to fairly guess everyone's sizes correctly. He has both scrutiny and stitching, so between the two, he should be able to have everyone's size approximated. So he'll get gear for everybody.
All right.
And then he'll head back in. And then he'll hand cold weather gear to everybody.
Thank you, Cole.
That's very kind of you, Miss Divina, but and I do appreciate it, but you might want to take my set back and get your money back.
Oh,
How did Lorelei so kindly put it? I am rather more metabolically challenged than the rest of you. Exposure is not on my list of concerns.
fair.
It might be advantageous to fake it, however.
No. Big man's got a point. All right. You're right. How much do I owe you, Mr. Viner?
Nothing.
Oh, come now. You barely know me.
I'm the guide for this group. It's my job to make sure everyone is prepared for what lies ahead along the road.
Oh, sweetie. No, that's a terrible fool's job. She'll take the coat. Mordred, who has traveled with her, knows that she's already looking at it like, how do I stitch this into something that doesn't look quite so utilitarian?
If you will not accept it from her, will you accept it from me? I feel obligated to repay you.
Just a fair piece of advice. You are eventually going to get that money from her, even if she has to shove it in your bag while you sleep.
Well, here's the thing. I don't really need money. I get almost everything I need from the land.
Does not compute.
I'll owe you a favor then. Is that acceptable?
That's acceptable. Would Cole be able to see any of your art supplies from your bag when any of them have been visible?
Maybe. Depends on if she's opened it. She does have a watercolor set and a sketchbook with her. Like, if there's been enough time and she's bored, she'd probably have pulled out the sketchbook and just started drawing things. So, yeah.
And Cole turned to Mordred. Instead, how about a bit of art? Anything you fancy, no dictates, just a bit of art for the coat.
All right. I will. All right. Do you have things you prefer? Just out of curiosity.
Something of a natural scape, or something with animals.
I should be able to make something wonderful with that.
Sure, she's nice with them.
I was very nice to you, Providence. Would you like me to be not nice tonight?
I'll be in my room. She scares me.
I forgot the best part. Providence and Mordred will be sharing a room together because it's 2 people to a room.
I don't actually think I need to sleep. If I, selectively turn off my humanity. I feel like this might be a good self-defense mechanism right now.
And while even just preparing for this journey up north and everything, I want Halvar to find that comb, the more feminine one that he put the permanent mend and the mend critical on it, and he's going to disenchant it.
All right.
Just so you know that my permanent enchantment is available to me again.
Okay.
And I say I had to go find it because I'm sure in the aftermath of the battle, Halvar's like, you see this, you do this. It better go. You know. So
All right. Yeah, let's see. Corey, you were checking Junebug's shoes. They at this particular point they do need to be changed.
Corey will get someone to attend to that. I don't think he. I don't know. Would that be handling or like? He might be able to do it himself.
I mean, yeah, if you want to do it yourself, handling would be appropriate for that, I think.
I imagine it would involve
Or husbandry.
borrowing
Or
the
husbandry, yeah.
blacksmith.
Sure. 81.
Uh, 5 of rams for a 6. I imagine it's...
Yeah, okay. He'll find someone to do it.
Fair enough.
And he'll buy a blankie. Horse. Preferably something yellow.
Something yellow. Why yellow specifically? Out of curiosity.
Because it's a happy color, and Junebug's a happy horse.
She's happy that now I'm doing it. That Lorelei is not trying to improve her anymore.
Yeah, but Lorelei always brought apples.
Is there a place I could go to have my knives sharpened?
Yeah, Mordred would probably happily sharpen your knives for you.
Mordred, the blacksmith.
And also, I would like to pick up more bullets for the rifle.
Okay.
Quick question. How many bullets did I find, and were any of them rifle bullets?
Lorelei's shit's still here, right?
Yeah.
There's another 30 rounds for that rifle in her stuff. No one else is going to use it. You might as well take it.
So yeah, there's some bullets that came from the camp, as well as the ones in Lorelei's things.
Because Cole's just going to hand those over to Corey because, he doesn't use them.
There we go.
I've also got a quarter of a wagon full of trail rations, so we're good for the road.
If Corey hasn't already done it, Providence is going to occupy herself going through Lorelei's things.
Yeah, Corey has not. He went in to check the painting at some point, and note its destruction. And take Junebug's painting is elsewhere. No, here. Okay, he took that down.
All right. So are you planning on taking the entire wagon with you, or just packing what you can and like onto the horses?
It's like we have the horses for the wagons, so I don't see why not. Putting the horses to the wagon, that is.
Providence can't ride, but if you guys want to move faster than the wagon will go, she'll find a way to keep up.
Well, if we take the wagon, Providence can just sit on the wagon.
Right, but if you wanted to move faster than the wagon, because that is slow, if time is of the essence. Providence will walk, and every time you look back, she'll be the same distance away. Or very slightly closer.
Bamfing.
What?
She just keeps bamfing.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
I actually worked out how fast she can cast it versus times in a round, and her top overland speed is about 90 miles an hour. Just teleporting 20 yards at a time.
She's doing the Dishonored, like.
That's exactly what it is. Yes, she has Corvo's teleport.
And Fortune's Falls isn't that far away. We could easily take the wagon, unless Halvar wants to go faster.
Wagon would probably be fine. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. It would be a lot more comfortable for everybody if you have the wagon.
Providence and Mordred don't have horses, correct? Okay.
No horse.
All right, and then we can use Lorelei's horse. We can use my horse to pull the wagon. And then, once we're on the road and outside of town, I'll just step off the road long enough to change into a horse and then come back onto the road and follow everybody else. And then at night, once we reach the camp, I'll just, again, step away, come back to human, and come back into camp. Plus, this way, if we're ambushed on the road, nobody's going to expect shapeshifted horse.
Surprise horse.
This is without a doubt the worst party I've ever seen to try an ambush on the road.
A horse of a different color.
Yeah, if we're taking the wagon, Providence will just ride the wagon with her book.
What do you mean the horse has initiative?
Why would the cloak be wounded?
Oh, let's take the wagon. I am also just me as like a player. I'm just excited to have like a wagon available to us. So like I kind of want the wagon as a player. Plus, wagons are a great place to take naps in. Like, it's fine.
In my head, I'm also thinking of all of the things that happen to wagons in Oregon Trail. Like,
yeah,
your wheel is broken. You've broken an axle. Are you going to ford the river?
Gideon ate a bandit. Gideon has died of dysentery.
From eating the bandit.
His hands just go right through you, man.
Mordred would also happily ride in the wagon because somehow, despite having
I can
the
learn
carriage,
to ride a horse.
Despite having the carriage of a noble, she's not very good on a horse.
Wagon it is. Wagon makes everybody happy. People can read. People can relax. Wagon is good.
Is it a covered wagon or is it just an open, like ox cart type thing?
It's probably one of the more like covered wagons. Yeah, that's how I envisioned it.
It
at
is
least.
Oregon Trail.
Going through dangerous
Done
wood.
it, everyone.
Yeah. I'm also before we leave
If we
that
have to
town-
cross a river, we're screwed.
I think I've got a form for that.
Of course you do. All right. So do you guys head out in the morning, afternoon, evening?
Cole's going to be ready at about sunrise. So whenever everybody else is ready.
Morning is good.
Not
Just
a-
something
so-
I don't. Just as one thing, I want the Fate Master to know. I do want to buy some things, but I can just give you a list afterwards since I'm not too familiar with certain things. I know I need more arrows. That was one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can pretty much assume that you guys bought what you guys needed.
Any mundane, non-magical, non-chemical supplies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Candy, tobacco, firearms.
Candy,
stuff.
tobacco, decks of cards, dice. Play some games on the road. It's fine.
Alrighty. So you head out in the morning. The air is crisp and cold. Since it is, you guys have spent a fair bit of time traveling and helping out the town, and it is now getting into fall. The leaves are beginning to turn as you go through the forest. And you can smell wood smoke off in the distance. The vast majority of the journey is fairly quiet. There's things moving in the shadows of the trees every now and then, but nothing really bothers you.
Would like to not too far off the trail. Like, would leave the horse, like, to follow the other horses, but would like to walk alongside the party. Oh, actually, no, I'll take the horse and navigate it just off the trail a little bit, but just close to the trees of the knotwood, because it's been a while since I've been back. I'd like to. This is home for me.
Forgive me if this is a suicidal impulse, Gideon. But as they're going through the trees in the forest, Providence will kind of call to him. Gideon, you're from around here, if I understood Lorelei correctly.
Hmm.
I'm sorry if this seems a strange question, but do you and yours have any particular music that you like?
I don't understand the question.
Music, do your people play it?
Of course we play it.
You got a favorite song?
I don't, no.
I've got a music of 5. Do I know any music from around here?
Yeah, there's probably some sort of, folksy-like tune that you would have heard at one point before.
Providence will produce Lorelei's violin and start to play.
Is it a tune I've heard before? Like, just out of... I have no idea.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to pick is, I'll pick recognizable things from the Knotwood. Because you get half Nephilim and shit all the time. So, presumably there is some cultural cross-contamination. Which means everything I'm playing probably sounds Irish.
I was gonna say, it stands to reason that it would have trickled down into even human music, somewhat.
So yeah, if I need a music flip, go for it. If you just want me to do it, that's fine.
No, it's...
Yeah, I mean, let's just flip to see how... Yeah. What is your, let's see, your AV is 5, right?
No.
Oh, right, the skill is at 5. Right.
My AV is an 8.
Which makes it an 18. The 10 of tomes.
Ooh, tomes. I might have a trigger for that. Nope, it's gross.
So, yeah, it is quite good. Quite excellent.
Yeah, she'll just keep playing. If she runs into one that requires a voice, she can sing too. So.
It actually makes Gideon smile. It's like an honest smile.
As it heads into evening, the movement amongst the trees becomes more active. Especially now with the music being played.
Now, you said active. You mean like animals or?
Kind of difficult to tell. It's it's just things moving out amongst the brush and the dense trees.
Willingness or notice to...
Yeah, I was gonna ask for a notice check as well.
determine which?
Let's see, I think notice would probably be the best one for determining, like, whether they're more animal than not. 4. Okay. 6 of crows. For 10. And Gideon, yours is also 4 for notice?
Yes.
13 of crows. For 17. A good deal of them are animal-ish. Four-legged. But strange.
I don't love it.
What would I have to flip to identify them? Since I may have seen them before.
That would probably be history.
Which I do have. It is a 2. An AV 2. Since I haven't taken my Neverborn history to that ridiculous gift of darkness yet.
Yeah,
It's been on my list since the beginning.
Borg actually has that and can flip Neverborn history with an AV of 4.
That is the one of crows.
I can flip in a king.
Alright.
For 17.
For 17. Alright, these are definitely what's the word I'm looking for?
Corrupted, altered, horrifying.
Yeah.
Basically, they're woodland creatures that got black-blooded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have wolf-like creatures, but with like strange tentacles coming off of their backs. A few of them have like razor spines going down.
Is there a unicorn? And if there is it a unicorn or a unicorn? Unicorn.
There is not a unicorn.
The Dresden
version of unicorn.
I always just called that a murder corn.
The cabin in the woods version.
I want to make friends with a murder corn.
Remember the dragon? No.
No.
Yeah, okay.
But imagine if we had a murder corn in the party.
Yeah. They're moving around out in the trees, in the brush, following you, but they're not really calling out to each other. They're not making any moves towards you. By the time that you pass through the gates of Fortune Falls, they've dispersed. Gone off out through the trees. Puppy! And this is mostly because when you reach Fortune Falls, there aren't really any more trees to hide in. A lot of them have been cut down.
Brave.
And you see Abel have that little Fern Gully moment of like, can't you feel its pain? Like just riding into Fortune's Falls like every time. It's just like
I'm more worried that it's going to be like the Schwarzwald in 7C, where something's going to take umbrage and start stacking bodies like cordwood.
But
They actually do that here, but they always leave the town standing so they can come back and do it again.
yes, this is a logging settlement. Why they decided to have a logging settlement out in the Knotwood?
because humans just be trying it sometimes.
Poor choices.
Poor choices. Yeah, the town is kind of run down. Mostly because a lot of people get snatched up or killed or something before they can repair things.
That's what you get for building a town in the middle of the Knotwood. I mean, oh, how those poor innocent villagers. so sad.
And you were complaining about Calico, dear Providence.
Yes, this place is...
I wasn't complaining, just expressing disbelief that anyone would live there by choice. That does not... Crap, Providence wouldn't know any of the big long words I want to use here. Providence kind of dumb. That doesn't mean I can't hate this place too for different reasons.
It's fine to hate it. It's a shithole.
Yeah, it really is.
Urge to just gently pat Providence on the head, rising.
So you guys get some weird looks as you come in. But
I've been here before, so you don't recognize me, but they're all weirdos.
Just to make things infinitely more easier for Cole, before we got within sight of Fortune Falls, before we left the last of the trees, Cole would have switched back to human.
Is it nighttime? It's like dark out?
yeah, the last little bit of
Wonderful.
light is
Just brilliant. Great. Providence's eyes glow gold in the dark. And so do her teeth. Not gold, but they do shine weirdly. TN to identify Midnight's a lot lower.
Well, I mean, these guys have seen some weird stuff, so
Well, yeah, they put up with Gideon.
But there is an inn. This is a very, very small area. It's mostly just like apartment buildings for the loggers, production areas to handle the wood that's being brought in. But there is an inn, very small inn, and the airship station. It isn't much of one, but it is one.
I hate it already.
It smells of sawdust and wet earth.
Really? I quite like it.
Of course you do.
Gideon gives Corey this look like he's not sure how to take that.
I mean, could have left a few trees, but nah, it's a shit show.
Smells a sight better than burnt rock and dynamite.
That's fair.
And you're not wrong.
Would pull up to the inn and go inside.
All right. Yeah, there's like this little old lady that's behind the counter. And she's kind of just reading the newspaper and looks up at you from behind spectacle, like large rim spectacles. Yes, precisely. Yes, what can I do for you?
Hold on, I have to math. Are we staying here for the night?
It's up to you guys.
Maybe stay here.
Is it more dangerous to stay or not?
Excellent question.
I mean, the airship station does appear to be open. There's lights on inside, so you can either stay for the night or try and see if there's like a night ship or something. Yeah.
Flight out of here.
A red-eye flight.
Might depend on what we find out.
Would beckon Halvar up to the counter with the lady.
Which one?
Did you
try getting to
at the inn?
Oh, in the inn, I made an assumption that I was still with the wagon.
Oh, if you want to stay there, that's fine.
Sorry.
Either or.
So, but you said that the air station looked open, there were lights inside and such. Okay.
If you want to ask questions of the lady at the inn, Mordred will go and investigate if there are any airship flights currently or when they are. She can go ahead and do that.
No, I actually wanted to go to the air station since it was open. So, but nothing says that we both can't go.
Gideon will ask the innkeeper if she's seen someone fitting Halvar's description, but older. Last name of Trig come through.
He would have told you that his brother's name is Kensley Trigg, just so you know.
Okay.
Would ask the funny accent.
Yes, would it say would imitate the accent actually in asking. Would imitate Halvar's accent in asking for this person.
Oh. Yeah, I think there was someone like that. It was really weird.
How so?
No, just don't have someone that sounds like that come through here very often.
And did he stay? Is he gone?
He stayed for a night and caught the next airship the next day.
Did he say where he was headed?
No. Just that he was taking the airship.
Thank you.
Of course.
Just turn around and leave.
She kind of looks a little confused and then shrugs and goes back to her reading. Yeah, at the airship station, there's a big burly guy, kind of at the counter. He looks very bored, and in fact, like he might have been asleep before the door hit the bell.
Could we inquire as to whether or not there are any flights to the north this late at night, or when the next one is?
This late at night? No. No, that's, next one for up north. Oh, where up north exactly? Because we've got one going, but...
Which one do you have going?
Let's see... Oh, right. Yeah, this is the supply run to December's temple. I really don't know why we supply those people.
What was the other town out of character? The Grove, right?
Yeah, the Grove.
Do you still have ones going to the Grove?
I think we got one of those the next day. Should be loading up tomorrow morning. But it'll leave the day after.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah.
That is much appreciated.
Please God, can we go to December's temple? I do not want to spend another day here.
So Mordred will head back to the rest of the people with the information of, we got one leaving tomorrow and one leaving the next day. Where do we want to go?
Can I make some more questions of the airship person? Out of curiosity, I'm looking for my brother. Do you document names of people who book?
Usually, yeah. We don't usually get passengers, it's just supplies.
But do people go on the airships?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
We had one recently, actually, about a week or two back. Sounded kind of like you, actually.
There we go. As I said, I'm looking for my brother. His last name was Trig. Did you send him on one of these ships?
I mean,
Right away.
probably, maybe. Let me see. He like rummages around beneath the desk. You can tell it's very disorganized. Like there's papers and shit just everywhere. He's like pulling stuff out, and just like a withered apple core goes by at one point. Oh, that's where that was. Finally, he takes out the records, puts it on the desk, flips it open. Oh, we got a Kensley?
Kensley is his first name, yes.
Alright, looks like he was headed with with one of the supplies to the December's temple. Don't know why he'd be going up there. Unless he wanted to become a cultist, I guess.
Who knows? All right, and that's the one that's leaving tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah, that's the one that's leaving tomorrow.
Okay. What does it cost to go on the airship for 6 people?
Out of character for the GM's benefit, because I actually had to look this up. Airship flights are 25 script ahead. So 150.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. That's all for now.
Alright.
And make her exit. Go back to the rest of the group. December. He went to the Temple of December.
Well, that about follows our luck.
He leaves tomorrow morning. 150 script if you go by what he passed without trying to negotiate him down for all of us.
Or we just take the overland route.
Or we take overland.
Through the far peaks.
Yes.
With the Wendigos.
Yeah, I know a few. They're not that bad.
You're a damn liar.
The one you turned into is not that bad.
Are all of Lorelei's friends this crazy?
I don't know. I'm starting to think Lorelei might have been the normal one.
I'm not crazy.
By land, how long do you think it would take us, Cole?
Mountain terrain, a little bit of mountain climbing.
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's the other side of the far peaks.
Yeah, we're talking 3 weeks to a month. And at some point, we're going to have to abandon the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And the horses.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that most of these horses are being borrowed.
Yeah.
Also, I ain't abandoning Junebug.
Hmm. This is why the strictest avoided mountains. Or just going around them. But I don't think we cannot do that, can we?
I mean, out of character, we could, but it'd take even longer.
Right.
You could ask if there's a way to send a message to someone at the temple.
Could. Or trying to figure out if there's a way to do that.
I mean, these guys have trouble with all sorts of things in this area. He might be able to
Work passage.
a work passage.
That's actually
Okay,
just gonna
there's
mention
that. Is it the work passage, or next thing is, can I turn you all invisible long enough to get on it? And we just become stowaways.
Hiding the horses might be hard.
Yeah. But work passage might be possible. Or even earning it working in the town for a few days. They get sieged often, and wagon trains on the way in get sieged too.
Yeah, but then we'd have to wait for the next flight. Whenever that is.
Is the office still open? The airship office?
Yeah, it was when we left.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna head on over and see what we can do about work passage if anyone wants to accompany.
I'll go back with
Come
you.
with you.
And I will stay with the wagon.
I will also go to
I'm with the
Teamwork.
wagon because I've already been there once. It'll look kind of weird if I go again.
All right. So yeah, by this time, since he got woken up by the bell, he's just sort of doodling on a piece of paper. It's nothing particularly special. It's some sort of like memo or something like that, and he's just like drawing like happy faces or sad faces, angry faces, like in the corner.
So cool, go in.
We'll go behind Cole.
Yeah. I
Is there
have
any-
a few more questions, actually. Says Halvar as he comes in with y'all.
Oh, alright.
Is there any way to get 6 of us on work passage?
Just straight to the point.
How about the bewitched flip he didn't make?
How about the charm
I
negative
have
3 to
convinced
start
if
with?
that helps. But I sure as hell don't have bewitched.
I sure as hell do have bewitch.
Turn on the charm, Halvar.
We can try.
Oh, should I
Okay.
have come after all?
No,
No, I should have
actually
come
have
after all.
I actually have 2 triggers on my bewitch too, so it'll be like one or the other, perhaps. If I'm allowed to assist.
Please assist us. Please.
Cole just asked a question.
Yeah, I know.
Gideon just came to be intimidating. That's literally all he came to do.
Look,
Work passage. Oh man, that's... I don't know. Especially for 6 people? Like, if it was just 1 or 2 of you, maybe, but... They do always need more help on the ships.
the ships themselves.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you're wondering, right? About work passage,
Yeah.
working on the ship while you're there.
Yeah, working on the ship with passage to the temple for December. Now, the good news is we can almost certainly guarantee that if any of the cult try to do anything with any of the crew that's not staying behind at the temple, that they will make it back to the airship and get off the ground again. And I do have convince, so I can flip that.
All right.
Nice.
Flipping for convince. What is your AV?
5.
5. Alright, probably looking at a, what, TN of 11. That is the 8 of rams. Which definitely gets it. Well... Okay. Alright. 6 people. Jesus.
I assure you our skills are varied and will be useful to you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yep. Well, let me get everything ready. He, like, pulls out the paperwork and stuff for everything.
Would eventually, in all of that, mention that there are horses in a wagon that would be coming too.
That might raise the TN a little.
You're fucking kidding me.
I mean, they don't have to, but would float the idea out there.
That would be better to store here and get on our way back through once we get out of the temple.
Except Junebug.
Except Junebug.
Yeah,
Except Junebug, yeah.
one horse.
No.
One horse.
One horse.
We need the one.
Would negotiate
Very
it
good
down
horse.
to one horse.
Very good horse. Good emotional support horse.
Well, I mean,
Very sad,
I guess
Sheriff.
if you guys promise
She
to
has the best and everything.
if you guys promise to clean up after the horse, take care of it, feed it, and everything, because the guys on
have a pony.
Absolutely.
because the guys on the ship ain't gonna be fond of that.
Not a problem.
The owner of the horse wouldn't dream of leaving her care to anyone else.
All right. So yes, with those are taken care of.
This guy is just like, I just want to clock out for the night. Fuck these people.
Pretty much.
So I guess we'll head back to the wagon.
All right.
Good news, they're going to let us work the airship on the run to the temple.
Right, but what's the good news?
We leave in the
Junebug gets to
morning?
go too.
Well, that's good.
Providence just get back in the wagon.
We do have to see about stabling the other horses and leaving the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are
So-
discussing, you hear one of the workmen shout, and he comes running into the town.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just with the attack, we're being attacked.
Inside, Gideon's like, friends! Outside, Gideon's like, oh no. Here. Oh.
And as he's just bolting past you, just like find shelter, and everyone is like heading into buildings and such, you hear a buzzing sound, much like the sound of angry bees, but bigger.
Big angry bees.
Big angry bees.
Don't like that.
Can I
Wasps?
flip? Can I flip a history to take a guess?
I mean, don't really need to, because
Okay.
shortly
'Cause
after,
they're here.
yeah, because shortly after that, they come over the buildings, and it's
What if we
these.
told you about playing Jumanji out here?
Did, did, did we get attacked by gremlin mosquito cavalry?
No,
Because that's actually a
that
thing in
is
this
actually
game.
a thing. You're a little far north for Gremlin Mosquito Cavalry, though.
What are they?
You never know.
They're kind of small, fat, little baby-looking creatures, but their mouths are very, very big, and they have small buzzing wings, and their teeth are, their mouths are full of
Oh god, it's
large,
tooth fairies.
flat teeth.
It's Terratots.
No, it's tooth fairies.
It is a swarm of tooth fairies.
Yes!
And they are just
Oh god.
cackling as they like go after various workers, but most of them have, most of the people have gone off and into their homes. A few of them are going up to the windows and kind of banging on them. And then a swarm, almost in unison, turns toward the crew. Flip for initiative.
Woohoo!
The table, can we leave them to our fate?
Welcome to some Hellboy 2 nonsense!
Alright, so we will start with Corey. What is your initiative? I believe it was 2?
One sec. Let's do
3. 10 of crows for a 13. Halvar.
Just have the one.
Just 1.
Mm-hmm.
8 of tomes for a 9.
Makes sense.
Gideon. Two of rams for a 4.
No.
Alright, which makes that a, let's see, queen is
12.
12, thank you. So 14. Mordred. 5. 4 of rams for a 9. Cole.
Also 5.
9 of rams for an 11. Or for, yeah, for an 11.
Should that be a 14?
14. Yes, 14. My goodness. I can math, I swear. Yes, 14, sorry. And Providence. 3? Alright. No.
No. Keep it. It's okay if I go last.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's 6, by the way.
Alright, so 4.
3.
Or 3,
So
yeah.
3.
Alright. And the tooth fairies are a 4, I believe. All right. So first up is a tie between a tie between Gideon and Cole.
You can go ahead and go first, Gideon.
Bring out the motor stick.
All right. You doing that with the prestidigitation?
No, just pulling it out.
All right.
Because I did not know that I would need prestidigitation, so I didn't prepare.
All right. So first action, taking out the murder stick.
So I'm just able to take one swing this turn.
All right. Ding, 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 ding.
There's a kitty.
And what is your AB to attack with that?
Four.
For 11 of rounds for 15. Which hits? I got too many things open. Alright. Alright. So you take out one of the weird little baby things that have 4 legs and 2 arms and no noses.
And I feel a little bad about it, but...
I mean, hey, it's self-defense, right? Cool, up next.
It's the fuck around and find out rule.
How far away are they from Cole?
I mean, you guys are all pretty much gathered around the wagon, right?
Yeah.
They're not all that far. It kind of varies. Some are closer than others. But they're just sort of like diving down towards you.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do something a bit different. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. I'm gonna elemental bolt the swarm. And I'm gonna put 4 levels of infect on it.
Do you have the blast meter?
No. I know I'm still only gonna get 1, but I'm hoping for my trigger for the infect.
Is it like a spreading trigger?
Yep.
Gotcha. Alright, so what is the TN we are looking for that?
13. And my AV is 7.
Got the 1 of rams.
No, I didn't. I have the 9 of masks. No. So it will go off. No spreading trigger, but it does go off. For my second AV, I'll make it a little bit easier. I'll just go with 2 infect instead of 4 infect. to drop the TN down a bit. So that'll drop my TN to 9. I'm an AV7.
All right. Let's see. Remind me, we also need to flip to see if it actually hits, correct?
It's resisted with defense.
Okay.
It's a opposed test. The attack flip is also the cast flip.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, yes.
So mine was a 16.
All right. So yeah, one definitely goes down. Next one. The one of masks.
What's their TN?
Right now their TN is 13, 12?
To hit? No, they don't have the
Oh.
rank value.
Right, yes. For the elemental, it's 5.
It's 5 to hit him, so I just need it to go off.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have something, or
Yeah,
because
no,
I
I've
still
got
have
something.
okay.
No, I got something. I'll use my 4 of crows, which takes me to an 11, which casts the spell because my TN was 9 this time around. But that does trigger my spread.
Ah.
So one of the other 2 fairies in the swarm has infect too.
All right. Sorry
Which
about
just
that.
means if the swarm survives, that one's going to have a bad day.
Yeah, so one goes down. Another one is not looking terribly happy.
Tooth fairy with a fever.
Next up is Corey.
First action, Corey will pull his shotgun. Good old faithful, fill the shot, and then shoot into the swarm.
And then kill the swarm.
All right. Yeah, you're using the buckshot.
Probably.
Yeah, buckshot.
6 of masks for a 9. Which, let's see.
It's flat flip.
Yeah.
Roll for plus.
Uh, 5 of crows. Which is minimal, I believe. Yes. 2. So 2 more go down. Next up is tie between Halvar and Mordred.
It's more than likely Mordred will be faster than me. So you have at it.
Sorry, it's the first time I've done combat, so I'm a little shaky.
That's perfectly all right.
Would you like more time, and would you like me to go first, or are you okay?
I think I could figure something out real quick.
Okay.
About how many is still?
About 5, yeah.
Let's throw.
You're muted.
Take 2. Let's throw some magic around.
All right. What are we throwing?
Toxic lightning.
Right. Yes, you're toxic lightning.
The other one's not really going to be super useful.
Fair enough. All right. What is your AV and what are we looking for? For the TN of casting this?
The AV is 4 and the TN is a 7.
Thank you.
All right. Are we looking for a particular suit for this one, or?
Mage ability.
Gotcha. 7 of masks. 4 and 11.
So what's it look like?
Yeah, what's the creepy poisonous lightning look like, Mordred?
It makes you feel like normal lightning. It's bright, it's sharp, but it's
Lightning.
not lightning. It's kind of got a reddish green tinge to it, like red on the outside and a green center.
So it looks infected.
Yes.
Looks pretty sick. Yeah.
Awesome. So, yeah, the lightning arcs out, and one of them just explodes into bits.
Blech.
You can throw it again.
Sure.
Yeah, you've got another attack.
Yeah, let's just zap the other hand out there.
Zip zap zap. The 12 of masks. Poof, goes another one. Next up are the Tooth Fairies.
Halvar.
Oh, me. It was a tie between me
Yes.
and Mordred, so it's a
My
turn.
apologies.
Oh, no, it's okay. Okay. There's one swarm. Gideon is engaging. Correct? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's discard this card. This one right here. Put Elemental Amuda on Corey's shotgun, just real quick. The lightning one, just in case. If you shoot again, that way you can miss Gideon. And then I think I can draw a bow and shoot it once.
Drawing the bow takes
an action.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is a 0. This
Gotcha.
is a 0. Yeah, this is a 0, so I can draw the bow and shoot once.
Gotcha.
So, and it doesn't matter because I have threading the needle. So attack is 5, I believe.
All right. 2 of masks for a 7.
Okay. Which does or does not.
Let's see.
I forget already.
7 hits.
Yeah.
7
at
hits.
this point.
Okay.
So another one gets an arrow through it, and it just sort of flies past and gets nailed to a post of some sort. Kind of scrabbles for a second and drops.
Oh boy.
All right. Now it's the Tooth Fairies. Let's see. One will go after Cole. Another one will go after Halvar.
Well, that's just rude.
Not a swarm anymore.
Yeah, since it's just the 2 left, I think. Alright, let's see. Hmm? Alright. So, Cole, do you happen to have acrobatics?
I have martial arts, not acrobatics.
Oh no.
One of them, from somewhere, probably from some fold of flap of flabbiness, pulls out a set of pliers and swoops in right in your face, Cole.
Grace?
I do have evade.
It's gotta be acrobatics.
Okay.
I mean, you can flip the stat. You just can't cheat it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can flip for grace if you want.
Okay.
What is your grace?
0.
Flat flip.
I mean, you got the 12 of rams.
Gets to keep his teeth.
So he gets to keep his teeth.
Tooth fairies are jerks. I'm just gonna say it now.
Alright. So, since that didn't work, it's just gonna try and bite you.
This is more what I was expecting.
Yeah, it opens its
Isn't
mouth.
this just how dentistry works in Malifaux?
It opens its mouth real wide, and anyone around can see that there are multiple rows of these, like, flat teeth just going back into its throat.
Blech. Don't like that.
And they sound a little like buzzsaws when they're eating.
Mm-hmm. So it is going to
Take a nibble at me.
take a nibble. Yeah.
I am defense 5.
All right.
Don't think you can actually fail.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, no. It's with a T and or with a defense of 5. Yeah, you're not gonna fail that.
Flip to see if he triggers.
Nine of tomes. It's only after succeeding for the tooth fairy.
No,
Or were
I
you
meant to
talking
see if
about
Cole triggers.
Cole's
I
triggers?
don't have a trigger off of my defense.
Gotcha.
My defense is from the stat, not the skill.
All right. So since once it realizes that it can't get through Cole's like martial arts slapping away moves, just whack 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 whack. It uses its other action to try and disengage.
I would definitely like to stop that if I could.
Figured as much.
AV7 for my disengage strike.
All right. 2 of crows for 9. Which yeah. That
Didn't
hits.
trigger.
Smack. This one actually does damage, doesn't it? No? Okay.
That's only when I'm the snake.
Ah, right, yes. Alright, so it tries to get away and you just, like, snap out and grab one of its, fat little feet. The other one, going after Halvar, will also pull out a pair of pliers and go after your face.
I have acrobatics with an AB3.
Alright. 13 of masks. So you too managed to avoid it.
Backhand swing.
And it tries to bite you.
Okay.
Nom nom. What is your defense?
4.
Alright. Believe which also... Yeah. You also managed to do that without needing to flip. These guys are not very good on their own.
You still flip to get us through the deck.
Alright, 10 of rams, so... Yeah. You managed to avoid it. Handily.
Good. No, literally buzz off.
And now Prudence.
Providence.
Providence. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
I'll find another name for her before next session. Providence is still sitting there with her book. Like, she hasn't moved. And she'll look up, kind of see that all of them are in the midst of exploding or getting pinned to things or like dying of leprosy or getting hit with a board or whatever the hell is happening to them. And see that there's just one in front of Halvar. Kind of like furrow her brows, like, do I want to bother myself? And then just hit middle C. And we'll see if we can break all of its bones.
All right.
I have an AV of 8. The TN for it to go off is, hold on a hot second, a 9. And since I've already hit the Black Joker,
That's the 8 of crows.
yeah, for 16. So flip for damage. I've got it by like 12. Plus.
You have your choice of 13 of rams, 13 of tones, or the 11 of masks.
13 of rams. For severe for 4 damage.
Alright.
So yeah, she looks up, kind of looks just sort of over it all, takes a deep breath, sets her book down, and just looses one note. And then there's a horrible crunching noise, and she basically turns it into pudding. She does what Prudence did in miniature.
Just for pinpoint accuracy.
And then goes back to her book.
You are muted, dear heart.
Oh, is there another live one?
The one in front of Cole. Who he,
Okay. We'll see the scale. So that's another action.
Oh, I'm gonna be holding pudding.
No. 11 of crows.
Welcome to being covered in goo.
tooth
For a
pudding.
20. Or a 19, rather. Because I cast out music. I kill stuff with charm. Damage, I guess. It doesn't matter. It explodes.
Yeah.
For Cole's benefit, Ethan, if you've ever held a tuning fork, it's like that, and then there's kind of a muted pop. And then you just have a foot. And a face full of fairy goop. Let me walk that back a sec. Yeah, no, we're going with it. It's too late now.
Just gonna let it fly.
Once you write it in the act, once you write it in, it stays in the act forever.
Tell the price of their coffin.
The other tooth fairies that had been, like, you know, banging on windows and stuff, see all this happen and kind of make this horrible gurgly shriek and fly off back into the forest.
I was going to, for my turn, try to yell at them in Neverborn to do that anyway. Be like, if you continue to do this,
you will die.
Only going to get yourselves killed. Go back to whoever sent you. This was the dumbest thing.
I'm just happy that we killed a bunch of tooth fairies.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Like, if there's any just like carcasses on the ground, it'd be like, tooth fairies are idiots. Just kick it.
Now I kind of want to go to the troll market.
Punt.
I really want to go to the troll market. You don't understand. I have a Hellboy 2 tattoo. Okay? That's how obsessed with that movie I am. So this is like sending me.
All right. So you guys get the, you know, last of the fairy goop off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, make sure to take care of the horses and set them up. Give them lodging for a long period of time. You know, however long it may take.
Well, I'd be so proud. It's gonna be a flying horse.
Has Junebug ever been on an airship?
No. She's been on a train.
Poor Junebug.
Yes. You all get settled in for the night. And it is a small inn, so even with 2 to a room, you guys take up most of the rooms in there.
Providence is still in the wagon.
She's just gonna sleep in the wagon.
No, she's just not gonna sleep.
Yeah, fair enough.
She's turned off her humanity to conserve blood supply.
She's got a bunch of books, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like a bunch.
So does Mordred, actually, but you may not want those ones.
Because otherwise, Gideon was going to give her one of Lorelei's.
All
one of the ones
books
that yeah, I know. One of the ones that he had, but if she's got a bunch, he's not going to bother.
No, she's currently borrowing one from Mordred, and that's the one she's reading in the dark. But she's sitting there reading in the back of the wagon with no light at all.
That tracks.
Yes. I believe this is where we will call it for the night and head out on the airship adventure next time.
That's going to be a cluster.
What could go wrong on a flying Hindenburg?
I don't know, airship pirates?
With a horse.
It'll be fine.
I want Corey to ride his horse into battle during the airship adventure.
Yes.
And I can help make this happen. I want airship cavalry charge.
I'm just picturing jumping Junebug to board the other airship that's attacking us.
Yes, perfect.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and joining us tonight. And tomorrow will be more Resident Evil with green-haired anime Hannah. And I bid you all good night. We will see you 2 weeks hence. Bye, everyone.